On the old program today, we're going around the net, and your witty comments might just appear on the show. The word witty was in quotes in the prompter, for a good reason. Then we get a cinema enema from Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes in these never-before-seen outtakes. You've never seen them before.
That's why they're never before seen.
Got it.
Then Smallville star Michael Rosenbaum joins us to talk about Superboy's series finale and a crazy interview that had us, our G-Force sensors working overtime. And it's an all-new weekend edition of DVD Tuesday with Chris Moore when he reviews trippy cult film El Topo and the creatively titled action film Alien vs. Ninja.
Topo Chicho.
El Topo. Time now to run down the top 4 things on the web.
Yes, we are going around the net. I always love seeing what they come up with.
Them? Them. The viewers.
Yeah, who'd you...
I thought you were talking about our audience. I didn't know what you're talking about. Anyways, today's number 4 is our new favorite celebrity culinary star, vegan black metal chef.
Yeah, he arrives on the scene with his very own catchy theme song, but without the requisite hairnet, which is kind of gross.
First, bring the rice. It all into a bowl of water to soak and get softer. Cut the tofu, turn the plate. Cut the tofu.
That is metal.
Oh, we asked you what's the name of this metal... Metalhead's cookbook.
What did we ask them, Candace? What do you think we asked them?
I don't know what just happened.
No one does.
I was going to say metalhead, and then I was going to say mealhead, and then I went back to metalhead. And then I just repeated it all for you.
In 3, 2, Candace.
We asked you, what's the name of this Metalhead's cookbook?
Multi-bill man said, dinner for one. Oh, hey. I've had many of those. They're fine.
Aaron Hauser said, 500 simple recipes to slayer your hunger.
Oh, I get it. Brad Langer said, oven maidens, run to the grills. And number 3, we've seen a lot of motocross fails on this show. A lot.
But the dismount on this one surprised even us. It's no easier to watch the 8th time around.
No. That's like a bad web flash game and someone hit the wrong arrow key.
God, it's
body just went
awful.
flying. Well, we asked you, what's the name of this BMX trick?
Tricep Master 908 said, the soup through a straw.
Oh, I like that. But Trait E23 said the flying hawking. And I think that's a winner. I think he did it.
He did it!
Our number 2 video
hate
comes to us
you.
from Sweet Mother Russia.
Word of advice. If you need to call a tow truck in the Ukraine, avoid whoever did this.
Как новое. Стой, 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 стой! Уйди отсюда!
Oh, we asked you what's the name of this towing company.
Sean 4289 said Triple Ain't. Pretty good.
Rob Hates Zombies said, Norifonski Towing.
Danish Ninja 69 said we'll work for vodka towing.
Oh, come on. No. Do it in your Russian accent.
We'll work for vodka towing.
What is wrong with you? One more
That
time.
was my
and
sleepy Russian.
This is some energy
What the-
kicked into your butt.
That didn't
Now
feel
do
good.
it with some energy. Do
didn't
it
feel-
with some
that
energy.
didn't feel
Be
good at
Russian
all.
with energy.
We'll work for vodka towing.
Much better.
That really,
Much
you
better.
got pointy shoes. You literally,
These actually are a little rounded.
you punctured an ace cheek. That
No.
hurt. Really? Yeah.
You'll
you did.
be okay.
I'm sure I will.
You'll
but
be
That
okay.
didn't feel good.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
I know. And at number 1 today, Batman has fallen on hard times and moved his base of operations from Gotham City to the Vegas Strip.
So now, instead of fighting super criminals who escape from Arkham Asylum, he's fighting super a-holes who escape from an all-you-can-eat buffet at the Flamingo.
Got the white shirt here in the Batman ain't saving the world. No, he doesn't.
Somebody break it up. I ain't doing it.
Oh, well. We asked you, what's the name of Batman's supervillain attacker?
V1138 said, Harvey Dent in your skull.
See that? Spitmaster 808 said, the Chris Brown Hornet.
And last but not least, Fanto said, Paleface.
Oh! Dreaded pale face. Man, I didn't recognize him without the pale.
I'm really starting to like
That's it.
Paleface.
It needs to die. To get your daily viral fix and check out all the viral videos we have to offer, go to g4tv.com/. Thanks. Still ahead, I hope you're ready for a cinema enema.
Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes return for these never-before-seen outtakes from their Thor review.
You ready?
What's going on?
It's a cinema enema.
No! Really?
Nope.
He didn't whisper anything.
Nope.
You want cleaning robots?
Well, we got your friggin' cleaning robots right here. Oh! 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 Let me clean that carpet, you know what I'm saying? Come on. We'll soon all perish at the hands of robots. Yay!
Here's our first one.
Yes.
The Nito XV11 robotic vacuum.
Oh.
Now the big difference
Hello,
between
Candace.
this... Hello.
I will clean your lady parts,
I don't think so.
please.
No, thank you. The big difference...
Please.
I can do that myself, thank you. The big
Pretty
difference
please.
between this and other robotic vacuums is that it uses a
Do me a
laser-based... Will you let me talk?
Yes, I'm sorry. A
Thank
laser-based
you.
room positioning system?
Yes, to
Yes.
get around more efficiently rather than just bumping into stuff.
Yeah, which
So
is
how well
way
did
more
that work?
efficient. Yeah, the original model would just knock over end tables and small children and drag them around the living room, but they'd be clean when it was done.
They would.
The positioning system only works so-so. What you're watching, or about to watch, there we go. This is a time-lapse recording of the vacuum. It really doesn't move around like a housekeeper on speed. And it turns out to be pretty fast at covering large spaces. But the problem, as you see here, that's Brucey Bruce. He has a Rock Band kit in the corner next to his Chinese basket, and the laser system couldn't see that the bass drum pedal was on an incline, so it looks like it's trying to mate with the kid. I get that. I
think it is.
The robots are self-aware. They're procreating. And this is Bruce just showing how buff he is.
So he had to put his weights in front
Yeah, of course. Oh, I'll just move these. These are 25s, ladies. But it couldn't see the pedals, so it would drive up on it and get caught. And so, look, he's very confused. He's very angry. He's striking his girlfriend off camera. He is not happy at all. And so that's a major issue. The other problem, it only finds its home base about 50% of the time.
that's a big problem.
Yeah, so you come home, it's not charged. The floor is not exactly as clean as it should be. That's a bummer.
No, yeah, I was gonna say some people complain that these robots don't clean enough. So how did this one do?
Well, that's the thing. When it actually went over a portion of a surface, it did really well. Like it is
okay.
powerful. I want to show you this here. We've convened. David Hasselhoff was eating some cereal down here. And if you throw her down, and we'll just hit start. Don't get jealous, Candace. It won't replace you totally.
I'm so sure.
Listen, I know the ladies at home are all worried. I have nothing to offer. But hold on. Listen to it. Listen to it power
Oh
up.
my God, Kevin.
Hold on. It sounds like a jet engine.
Kevin, I don't care.
Doesn't
I
it?
can't believe you just made that
I
comment.
can't even hear you over the
Who
sounds
are
of this
you?
thing. This is
I'm gonna
ridiculous.
let this thing vacuum up this trash.
Oh! That's pretty good. But it's like literally, I mean, look, it does a good job, but it's really on the loud side.
All right, $400 isn't that bad for the robotic vacuum, so what's our rating?
It's not bad, but it needs some improvement. We're giving it a 3 out of 5.
Okay.
It's much stronger than any other robotic vacuum we've used, but it's still not strong enough. And plus, you have to babysit it when it's cleaning, and that defeats the entire purpose, I think. So we're not quite convinced that it's any easier than just vacuuming. So keep that in mind.
Okay.
All right.
Well, this is our next cleaning robot.
Okay.
The iRobot 230 floor washing robot.
Yes, the old Scuba.
Okay, now how is a little tiny robot like this supposed to clean your floor thoroughly?
Well, it does. It actually has this pretty ingenious bladder system. And what you do is you pour warm water into the bladder, and then you add a little bit of cleaning fluid. And it will use the clean water to scrub, and as that's poured out, then that creates room on the other side of the bladder, and it'll suck up
I don't
the dirty
like you
water.
calling it the bladder.
Well, that's what they call it. What would you like?
Freaks me out.
What would you
I
like?
don't know anything
The
else.
wet balloon?
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah?
Can we try to turn it on?
Yeah, we can totally turn it on. Here we
Let's
go.
do it.
That's as lackluster as it gets.
I like that noise much better.
I'm ready to go. Do you? All right,
Yeah.
well, here we go. We'll get an actual clean cycle going here.
Oh, hey
look at it
there,
go.
fancy schmancy.
Oh, look, who's got a new friend now?
Hey.
And so,
Now, how long does it take to clean an average bathroom floor?
well, he'll do these like crop circle-esque patterns for a while.
Is he
and
okay?
Yeah, he'll be fine. He'll be fine.
Okay. Ooh.
Just let him learn. He's got to learn. Let your baby fly. It takes about 40 minutes to clean an entire room, but it is extremely thorough. And here you can see this floor again. Bruce's place just covered in pubic hair and rust and
Ew,
blood.
stop
And
it,
just,
Kevin.
oh man, I mean, so you put a black light on that room and you'd be blinded.
Ew.
But as you can see, it does a great job, and it does triple coverage to make sure that the floor is clean. It also helps if you kind of pre-vacuum any like thick layers of dust off the floor before you start.
So you have to clean before it cleans.
If you need an intervention, like if you're on Hoarders, yes,
Okay.
pre-clean your bathroom
Okay.
floor. The other thing is, since it does take so long, you need to give it a full charge every time you use it. That full charge takes about 8 hours. But the idea is charge it overnight, set it
Leave
down in the
it.
bathroom or kitchen, start it, go on with your
your
day,
errands or
and then
whatever.
you're good to go when you get back.
Okay, and you obviously have to clean the robot after every use, which
Yeah.
just involves dumping out the water and rinsing it.
It does, yeah. You can pull off the bottom and rinse
all
that
wet.
as well. But yeah, it is. Well, eventually it'll go in squeegee and dry, but we're cutting the demo short. But
Okay.
that's pretty much it.
Well, it's $300, which may seem like a lot. What's the verdict?
The verdict, it's a 4 out of 5!
Oh, yeah!
We like the Scuba. It actually never gets stuck. It's pretty quiet, and it's easy to maintain. If you have this, you might never actually have to manually clean your floor again. You'll just have to manually clean the robot.
Earlier this week, Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes, a.k.a. Jay and Silent Bob, stopped in to talk about movies in a new segment we call Cinema Enema.
And you should know that when we name an entire part of the show after a rectal procedure, it's borderline too hot for TV.
This is a comic book world now. No matter what you do, you throw a rock, you hit a comic book movie. Someone make an Ant-Man.
How about Kingdom Come? That would be great.
Yeah, but that's
Let's make
popular. I was going for obscure stuff, and you're like, how about Superman? Would anyone ever make that? And I'm like, yeah, of course, they made it a bunch. But for now, there are movies they could see right this second, like Thor.
They
or
can't
before.
see it.
Yeah, they can
Okay.
see Thor
Oh,
if they
they
go to a
can see
movie theater.
Thor.
Yeah.
But not
the other
the
ones
one
are
you
coming. My don't bury the lead. Can't we talk about the trailers? You're
Oh, the
like, I don't
trailer,
understand the simple concept of the movie that comes before the movie.
Yeah.
And we saw Thor. That was the big movie.
We saw that.
Yes,
You
and
can
then
see
before
that. Now.
Very good. Yes.
one before.
Now in theaters. This.
I
I don't know if you're really moving. You're in
mind.
one place. Like moonwalking is when you're actually here. You got some space. Do it right in front of me. Moonwalk. Man, now you're going places, son.
Oh, my
Yeah, that's pretty
This is the
smooth.
front walk, right?
Front walk is just go walking.
I mean, anything comic books, I think I enjoy. It could just be like a couple guys in like cardboard costumes where they're like, I am Wolverine, Snick.
And as long as somebody identifies themselves as a hero whose name you recognize, you're like, this is the best Wolverine movie I've ever seen. Maybe I'm biased, but I'd much prefer you as Hal Jordan. And
Right? I'm making
Ryan
machine
Reynolds.
guns. And
Oh, Ryan
my
Reynolds has a
stuff.
comic book movie. Ryan Reynolds.
He's in 3 comic book movies.
Yeah. He's cornering the
It's not
market.
fair.
He's making you look like a fool.
it's fair, but it's
Pissing
not
in your face, taking all your jobs. Ryan Reynolds, he's not even American, he's Canadian. Comes down from the north, takes your jobs. In Thor yesterday, there's a girl character named Sith. She's one of the mace or axe or spear wield, one of his gang.
Yes.
Thor's criminal gang.
She had the spear, yeah.
But in the comics, they had sex. Thor and Sith.
No, they didn't.
Oh, yes. In Asgard. Asgard,
what about
if you follow me. I, too, was a little bit in love with him. I was like, look, he's an idiot, but I love him because he's hot. He was cut.
And he has a
was
big
so
hammer.
Cut, he had massive hammer.
Massive.
He had muscles on his muscles. At one point, he comes out, the shirt off, and he's got those low-cut, I can't even do it here because I haven't seen that part of my body in years, but he has like a low-cut muscle on top of his muscle, man. It was hot.
I thought he could just fly. I didn't know that
He has to
couldn't
cross
fly.
the Rainbow Bridge of Asgard to
Yeah,
get
I didn't
anywhere.
know that.
Otherwise,
The
they're
Rainbow
trapped.
Bridge, he's like a leprechaun.
A little bit. A little bit. He grants wishes. If you catch him and
It's a
stuff.
tie-in, a Thor
If you and me
leprechaun.
catch the Thor leprechaun, you grab a leg, I grab a leg, we pull, he screams, dying, but whichever one of us has more of the Thor, we get our wish granted. Hopefully you've learned some stuff sitting here listening to us talk, man. This has been Cinema Enema. Your cinema has now been thoroughly enemaed by me, Kevin Smith.
Jason Mewes.
Check us out at jayandsilentbob.com and smodcast.com every morning on Jay and Silent Bob. Get jobs at smodcast.com.
Still ahead, a new program is teaching humans to talk to dolphins. I know. Kristen Adams has more in the feed.
And later, Michael Rosenbaum talks about the finale to Smallville and says a word that you can't say on TV. Spoiler, the word is All right, this is a shuffleboard upskirt. That's what we need to play. Hot girls in skirts playing shuffleboard with flip cams so they can go like this. Brilliant! Segment made.
All the news you need to know.
I'm Kristen Adams. It's Friday, May 13th, and here are your top stories. A Moscow department store has found a new use for the Microsoft Kinect. Russian retailer Topshop just built a virtual fitting room that allows customers to try on clothes without actually putting them on. Basically, the Kinect camera inside the room recognizes the shape of a customer's body and then superimposes a 3D model of the garment over the person's outline. And if you don't like what you're virtually wearing, good news, outfits can be switched with the gesture of a hand. So I guess if you're too lazy to bother dressing yourself, this is a good thing. Soon, mankind will be talking to dolphins. Yay! This is a scientific breakthrough dreamed about by literally a dozen fans of Sequest DSV. New Scientist reports that divers are about to begin testing an underwater computer that will hopefully enable two-way communication with these majestic mammals. I'm sure the first thing the dolphins will say is, "Thank you for all the fun tuna nets and free oil." I know, that's my dolphin voice. Guess who's winning now, huh? The Hollywood Reporter is reporting that Ashton Kutcher will replace Charlie Sheen on 2.5 Men. Series creator Chuck Lorre has apparently come up with a way to introduce Kutcher on the CBS sitcom that, quote, satisfies the network. The actor will likely rake in millions for the role, though so far he's made no comment on the casting rumor. In other news, Charlie Sheen is now using hashtags losing. And finally, it's time for the Fark.com story of the day. You wouldn't know it by watching this show, but a new study finds that men think about food more than sex. The shocking info comes from a new study by an Ohio State University psychologist who interviewed 120 college-aged men about their daily thoughts. An even bigger surprise, men think about sleep as much, if not more than sex. So basically, American guys are starving, sleep-deprived, and nowhere near as horny as we think. Except for Kevin.
It's funny you should say that. Guess what I'm thinking about, Kristen? I'll give you a hint. It's not a sandwich.
I'm Kristen Adams, and you've just been fed. Now, go take a nap.
It's okay. It's okay.
How do you do it,
I'm
Candace?
really not thinking about a sandwich.
I can't win. All right. If you like, that's not my line. Back to Kevin and Candace.
Come on, come say the next lines with us. We're all friends here. If you like what, Kristen?
I was going to say, if you like pictures of superheroes punching stuff, then Blair Butler is the girl for
Well,
you.
of course.
that's true.
Funny you should
That's
say
so
that.
true.
Here she is at Golden Apple Comics with a big-ass comic book and...
Skin-crawling Joker statue.
This week on Fresh Ink, we have a ridiculously huge Thor comic, a wonderful book about a terrible first date, and a really, really creepy Joker statue. Magic transition. So maybe you spent this weekend watching Thor swing his mighty hammer all over the silver screen, and now you are ready to read the greatest Thor story ever told. Well, I hope you've been working out, because the Thor Omnibus by Walt Simonson is heavier than a Norse god's frickin' hammer.
Clocking in at over 1,000 pages of Asgardian goodness, this frost giant of a book at long last collects the single greatest run on Marvel's strapping blonde hero in comics history. Writer and artist Walt Simonson was like a one-man mariachi band of creative fury, and his landmark Thor tales had dozens of jaw-dropping moments, including the introduction of Beta Ray Bill, the Thor Frog, an epic dragon battle done entirely in splash pages, and the tragic death of... oh, that's a spoiler. Lords and ladies, this one's a keeper.
Not all comics need a blonde guy with giant muscles to be great. Case in point, this rectangular slice of life from the creator of Ghost World, the aptly titled Mr. Wonderful.
Mr. Wonderful follows two awkward single folks on a blind date that's slowly going off the rails. Also, it's hilarious. Writer and artist Daniel Klaus is famous for his achingly sad, often misanthropic tales of society's losers and misfits, so it's kind of a revelation to see him telling a story this sweet. Of course, it's still full of cringeworthy moments and people getting punched in the face, but if you've ever been on an awkward first date, you'll probably fall for Mr. Wonderful, just like me.
Finally, you guys know I love these Batman black and white sculptures from DC Direct. Well, I have good news for you. The villains are getting in on the business. The bad news, it's creepy. What makes each of these sculptures so cool is that it's based on the iconic work of a celebrated DC artist, and this Joker statue is no different. It is based on the work of artist Lee Bermejo from the 2008 graphic novel Joker, and it's really disturbing. Seriously, it looks like his eyes are following me. So that's it for Fresh Ink. Now all I need is a forklift or a really hunky thunder god to help me get this stuff out of here. Seriously, it's really, really heavy.
Stay tuned. Michael Rosenbaum will talk about the Smallville series finale and the sudden cancellation of Breaking In.
Don't worry. I'm gonna give him a special present. I'll make him feel all better. It's not
You
what
are.
you think. It's not. It's
Yes, he is.
safe for TV.
Uh-huh.
We're giving away a gaming console or a laptop every day leading up to E3. Congratulations to yesterday's winner of a PlayStation 3. And the giveaways continue all weekend long. Today, you can win an Alienware gaming laptop, an Xbox 360 on Saturday, or a Nintendo 3DS on Sunday. To enter, check out our complete list of rules and eligibility. Visit our website at g4tv.com/road to E3, and we'll announce the weekend's winners right here on Monday's show.
Michael Rosenbaum had 2 TV shows when he was booked as a guest.
Yeah, but when he left, he had none left. So. Joining me now from the very, very funny comedy Breaking In, ladies and gentlemen, Michael Rosenbaum is here. And he is well hydrated. Very well hydrated.
We got canceled. But we're still alive. There's a little morsel of whatever left. You know, there's this thing called #save Breaking In on Twitter.
Yeah. The teens
the
in
kids
there
are calling
yeah,
it.
yeah.
So you need to go to that and watch it because it's a funny show.
Okay.
I mean, we go.
But Breaking In was canceled.
Well, so far. I mean,
That's not. I just want to.
they
not a problem.
freed Willie at the end. All your questions were about that.
No, not all of them. I was going to ask.
By the way, tonight it's on After American Idol. It's a kick-ass show.
They should tune in.
We had a Goonies episode. You like
Love it.
Goonies? We had.
Was there a Truffle Shuffle involved?
There's Truffle Shuffle. There's a 21 Jump Street episode next week. It's a great show. Millions of people tuned in.
Now, so this Twitter campaign.
I'm very angry!
What? No, it's fine. It's fine.
Christian Slater's awesome. He was on
Why
the
are you
show.
angry about Christian Slater being so
he's
awesome?
It was a great show, and I hope it. There's.
Can the Twitter campaign do anything? Other than
We'll see if this Twitter. If it really works, we're going to see now. We're going to find this out.
We're going to find out. But hey, on Friday, back on Smallville.
And then Friday. Yeah. Friday is the 10-year series finale. 10 years.
That's insane.
Yeah, I started when I was an infant. Now I'm on Medicare. It's like it's a show that keeps on going, isn't it?
You got your AARP discount fully fired up.
That's great.
You're back as Lex, and has like CG technology caught up now? Do you get the bald head digitally, or?
Wow, if only we had that, 10 years ago.
Yeah.
You know what? We got a
really
bald cap. Well, it's weird because people upset me sometimes. They come up to me and they go, "So you were a bald cap for 10 years or 7, whatever?" I go, "This is my real head. I shaved this 2 hours a day." Do you have to beep it out if I don't say it, but I mouth it?
No, what? No.
you don't have
we
to.
were good until the second pass through. I think when you really made it clear what you're doing.
So
I think
then I
we're
wear
fine
a
until that
bald
part.
cap because I guess I had this matrix bump. I don't know, but you'd have to feel it. But I had this little lump on the back of my head.
Have you had it checked out?
Yeah, it's called an occipital bone. But mine sticks out a little more, so I call it the occipital boner.
Hello.
So there's 8 people in the studio cheering for me. Thank you.
Let's
pay these people.
That's 7 more that cheer for me. So congratulations.
Thank you.
You know what we do have? We have a clip of Smallville. This is from Friday's episode.
I haven't even seen this yet. I swear to God.
Well, here it is for the first time
I'm
ever
excited.
for everybody. Here it is.
My occipital
Smallville.
bone's going nuts.
You have a second chance. You can change all that. But that's the thing about memories. You can't forget them. Like how you were always that one step ahead of me, Clark. No matter how meticulously I prepared, no matter how strategic I was. If only I'd known I never stood a chance.
It wasn't a competition.
Of course it wasn't. You were born to be the chosen one. You're simply better than us.
Do you notice my head looks bigger with the bald cap?
A little bit.
I mean, I know how to say one thing in Spanish because I was taught it because I have a big head, but yo tengo grande cabeza.
Grande cabeza, yeah.
Which means I have a big head. But then you put that thing on me,
Yeah.
Maybe
you have this weird back erection sticking out of the cap, too. I don't know what that was.
I do,
but it was noticeable. So Lex is still just whiny because, Daddy gave Clark more attention, and, you took my hair.
Did you watch the
Those
series at
issues?
all?
Of course.
Have you ever heard of a thing called an ARC, Mr. Show Host?
That was
Next
the
on G4. Gee, aren't I great?
That was
That's
spot
Candace
on.
over there, isn't it?
That was spot. That is Candace.
She's heckling. She's one of the 8 people.
Our
over there.
arcs peak when the skater hits his nuts on the rail. That's our finale.
And I
so
watched
we
the
don't-
rubber video with the high school kids.
What? The rubber video?
Right before me, there was a song by these high school kids about using rubber.
Oh, the safe sex video? Yeah.
Jeez, man, I can't say. Let's show you show all that. You know what's funny is your producer Nando. I mean, is that his real name, Nando?
Yeah,
sounds like a ColecoVision game. You remember ColecoVision?
I remember it.
But he's telling me, whatever you do, don't say. So I had to come out and say.
Should we all just say it together on the count of 3?
1, 2, 3.
Did we make
No
it
one
there?
said it.
I don't know.
No one said it.
I trailed it out, but I bet it got censored anyway.
You guys aren't team players. Candace, not even you?
No.
She's having sex with Nando.
Yeah. She drops it constantly. She's got a sailor's mouth.
I do.
Or the mouth on a sailor. One of the two.
This is a treat. How many people are watching
Here's the
this
thing.
today?
Here's the goodie.
Yes.
A question for you, totally unrelated, but this is true. If you had to pick a favorite wrestler, I heard you were into WWE, WWF, anything with 2 dubs in it. Who would be your favorite wrestler?
I got to go with Brother Love from the 80s. I don't know if you remember.
I do.
Hang on. Brother Love used to say, Hulk Hogan, I love you. But that don't mean I like.
So actually a wrestler. He was more of a manager. But
Don't do that to me.
No.
He wrestled.
I have to break you down to build you up, Buttercup. Let me tell you why.
I like you. I like this. You're feisty.
This is legitimate.
What?
This is for you, good sir.
No. There's no.
Promise you? Hold on. One of them. Hold on. No, now you hold the phone. All right. Now you hold the phone. I see the bone growing. Here's the deal.
Go ahead.
One of our producers interviewed you on a red carpet about 3 years ago. Was it about 3 years ago? 8 years ago. And you mentioned that you liked that. That same producer worked for WWE, put in the call. This is, I swear to God, this is 100% real. This is Brother Love to Michael. I love you.
Are you serious?
Because we love you.
You swear to God, though.
Swear to God.
Because
promise.
we did a thing called a pre-interview. Who's your favorite wrestler?
Yeah.
It's Brother Love. And then this.
No, 100% legit. That was literally from the 8 year ago interview. Our producer saw that you were coming on the show and made it happen. So there you go, good sir.
Oh, right there, right between the legs. Brother Love.
Save it for the green room. An absolute pleasure.
Breaking in tonight. Everybody gotta watch it.
And tweet.
After Idol, after American Idol. Tweet. Go save the show. It's Smallville Friday.
Michael Rosenbaum, everybody.
If you think vampires are just Korea's problem, you're wrong.
Very wrong. Fortunately, a priest is on the case.
Forgive me, Father.
Just in time for Friday the 13th, the vampire-slaying film Priest is about to hit theaters. And to prepare you for the upcoming slaughter, we've got your introductory course.
You have no idea what's coming, Priest.
The Priest series started in 1998 as a manhwa, or a Korean comic, by Hyung Min Woo. Inspired by the PC first-person shooter Blood, the comic series was a supernatural horror set in the Old West. In 2002, the series was adapted into English by manga publisher Tokyo Pop. In the comics, a priest named Ivan Isaacs is turned into an undead demon and set out to destroy a fallen angel and his zombie-like vampire minions. This priest defeats the demons by sacrificing himself and trapping the archangel into a mystical sarcophagus known as the Domus Parata. The series became a cult classic, spawning several volumes and a film adaptation.
The devil comes in many shapes, many shapes.
The Priest film takes place 150 years later, in a post-apocalyptic future where the Earth is barren and scorched from humanity's war with the vampires. The Vatican Church now leads humanity against the vampires with the help of their secret weapon, the Order of Saint Vertinez. This order is comprised of warrior priests who are touched by God and bear the mark of the cross on their head in honor of Ivan Isaacs. Now, to add a little science fiction to this horror western genre, a decommissioned priest, played by Paul Bettany, must come out of retirement to rescue his kidnapped niece from vampires.
Where's Lucy?
Along the way, Priest teams up with a sheriff and the priestess, played by the beautiful but deadly Maggie Q. Together, this trio must confront the Black Hat, a former priest turned vampire, and defeat his legion of vampires.
I am the bringer of the tide.
All right, so now that you've been debriefed, you're ready to take down some vamps when Priest attacks theaters in 3D today.
It's going to be a massacre.
Stick around, an all-new weekend edition of DVD Tuesday with Chris Gore is up next.
To rate a little something called Alien versus Ninja, because Cowboys versus Aliens was already taken. Coming up Monday on an all-new Attack of the Show, Jason Biggs from Mad Love will be here live in studio to give us the lowdown on the American Pie reunion. Then on Gadgetron, we review the T-Mobile Sidekick 4G. It's now powered by Android and costs only $50. And Blair Herter hits the rally track with gold medal snowboarder Shaun White. Spoiler, they go kind of fast. See it Monday.
Now it's time for an all-new weekend edition of DV Tuesday. Welcome back, film expert Chris Gore.
Thank you, Fox Sports, Candace.
I'm trying out new ways to say your name.
Yeah, I love it.
All right, Chris Gore. what's the first?
First, we have Bunny and the Bull.
From the director of The Mighty Boosh, what kind of craziness can we expect from Bunny and the Bull?
It's kind of like, I mean, I hate this term, but it really does fit this movie. It's a bromance.
Okay.
It's these two dudes, and one of the dudes is trying to get over a girl. So it's sort of like this remembrance of this like trip that they went on, and the way that it's told, because it's from the people who brought you Mighty Boosh, it's weird. I mean, it's weird where they go to a restaurant.
It looks weird.
But they, yeah, exactly, they go, but
going on
there's
right
all these
now?
weird sort of cartoony effects. They go to a restaurant, but the restaurant is drawn in crayon. They witness horse races, and the horse races are done digitally.
So it's like really artsy? Or?
Yeah, artsy, bizarre, but not pretentious and full of itself.
Okay.
And it's pretty funny, too, because the two guys have a real chemistry. I would describe it as kind of Flight of the Conchords. Because one of the guys says, like, look, I'm going to give up sex for a year. And the other dude looks at him very seriously and says, "You mean another year?" I mean, it's great. The chemistry with these guys is funny. It's one of those indies you really want to catch.
Okay, what's the bottom line?
Bottom line is rent it, especially if you're a fan of Mighty Boosh.
All right.
Cool.
What's our next DVD?
The next DVD is El Topo.
El Topo.
Yeah.
Now, this is a Spanish Western from the 1970s. Why should I care about El Topo?
Well, let me tell you. First of all, you throw a Western hat on George Lucas. He looks just like the lead character from El Topo, number one. But it's directed by a guy named Alejandro Jodorowsky. He did this movie in 1970, and John Lennon and Yoko Ono saw this movie and were so blown away by it because it's sort of a mystical, arty Western with exploitation elements, lots of blood and guts, and nudity and sex. I mean, they have...
It's got it all.
They have an orgy in the sand in the desert. It's crazy.
Ew, wouldn't sand get everywhere?
Yeah,
That's
with sand
gross.
everywhere. It's awesome.
I don't like that.
But what's cool is they presented this movie and they kind of created the midnight movie craze. John Lennon and Yoko Ono were so passionate about the film, they showed it at the very first midnight movie screening. And this movie played for a year at this one theater.
Oh, wow.
People kept going back to see it. And it's also one of those films that's very spiritual and violent and awesome.
Spiritual and violent.
Yes, yes.
Do those words go in the same
Yes.
sentence?
Oh, there are violent parts of the Bible, folks. You should definitely get the audible version of it.
Are there
I've heard it.
Are there any special
I've
features?
heard it. I'm very well listened. Ton of special features. There's a commentary, although I will say the commentary is in Spanish and subtitled, so you're gonna have to read subtitles. But the movie is also in English or Spanish, and it's,
okay, so I could watch it in English.
yeah, absolutely. Okay. And this is one of those movies that I've seen it at the theater. I saw it at a midnight screening years ago when I first got a car. I got a car when I was a kid, not so I could impress chicks and get laid. I got a car so I could go to movies like El Topo.
Oh, and look what you do now.
And look where it's got me, folks. I'm very grateful. Bottom line is buy it. El Topo is a classic midnight movie. You'll love it. It'll change your life.
Okay, what else do we have to check out?
We have Aliens vs. Ninjas, or AVN.
From Japan, this film mixes comedy, horror, and martial arts. Does it all work?
Well, it does, because it comes from this studio called Sushi Typhoon from Japan. They're responsible for movies like Machine Girl and Tokyo Gore Police. We've talked about these movies on the show previously, and it's bizarre. I would describe this company as kind of like the trauma of Japan. You know, if they say, it's every effect is over the top. When someone gets an appendage chopped off, there's way too much blood. The computer effects are sort of bizarre, but it all kind of works from the standpoint of what did you expect? Alien versus Ninjas. This is what you're getting in this movie.
Now, the filmmakers claim that if you like Army of Darkness, you'll love this movie. Do you agree?
I would say it sort of attempted to have the same sense of humor, not as good as Army of Darkness, because it lacks that Bruce Campbell character. But I'm surprised they killed some of the characters you get to really like end up getting heads chopped off. Not going to say who, but a lot of characters end badly.
Okay, what's the bottom line?
Bottom line is rent this movie. You'll have a good time.
All right,
You'll get Aliens and Ninjas.
We've got time for a quick pick.
Oh, great. I am going to recommend for you, if you like stuff like Alien vs. Ninja, Kaiju Big Battle it's wrestling with guys in monster outfits, rubber monster outfits like Godzilla, and the website's kaiju.com. You can check it out. I love their videos. They're hilarious.
All right.
Yeah.
As always,
Cool.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you.
Great TV Tuesday. For more Gore, follow him on Twitter at @ChrisGore. Now let's go back over to Kevin.
You want to expand your mental horizons? All right, well, then these learning apps on the iPad will help you feel all smart-ish. Yay! Your iPad is more than a glorified video game system. Start learning and have fun at the same time with these 3 awesome apps. Become the artist you always wanted to be with Learn to Draw Digital Sketchbook. It teaches fundamental drawing skills with an easy-to-follow step-by-step approach. First, choose one of 4 different subjects: portraits, flowers, horses, or dragons. Each lesson begins with brief audio instructions.
Start with an S shape for the body,
followed by basic shapes and outlines to trace. Sketch lightly with the pencil tool and add finer lines with the detail pencil. Adjust each tool's size, pressure, and hardness for ultimate control. Then, erase the guidelines from the previous steps to see your masterpiece take shape. Finally, save your work or email it to a friend. Drawing awesome dragons has never been easier or more fun. Learn to Draw is free with add-on packs available through in-app purchases. Next, give your left brain a workout with Quickie. This audio-visual slideshow app presents Wikipedia articles with animated timelines, relevant images, videos from the web, interactive maps, and a computerized text-to-speech voice that almost sounds human.
Natalie Portman is an Israeli and American actress.
Listen to popular articles, learn about your favorite actors, or visit exotic places. There's even a search feature that instantly creates a presentation for any of Wikipedia's 3.6 million articles. Dive deeper into subjects with the Related Topics button, or jump over to Wikipedia to read the full article right inside the app. Quickie's slick interface feels more like a magazine than encyclopedia and makes learning effortless and fun. Quickie is completely free, so get it right now in the App Store. When you're done checking out Natalie Portman, learn how to solve the world's energy problems with Our Choice, an interactive ebook narrated by the one and only Al Gore.
The message of Our Choice is that we can solve this problem if we work together.
Learn about alternative energy sources with audio commentary, videos, and interactive infographics that will give you a better understanding of the climate change and what we can do to protect the environment. Swipe between chapters, pinch open images, or tap on interactive animations to better understand each topic. In all, there's over an hour and a half of video, 250 high-resolution images, and over 30 interactive animations to explore. Our Choice is loaded with eye candy, and the information is presented in a way that's easy to digest without being too preachy. You can download Our Choice for just $4.99 in the iTunes App Store, and 100% of the profits go to the Nonprofit Alliance for Climate Protection. See? We told you learning can be fun. So grab these apps and give your brain what it wants.